Hello and welcome to another edition of Cracking the Cryptic. And if you are thinking about Christmas presents for your loved ones as we enter Advent, do check out our merchandise, which should all be up and available under the store. Under the store link, if you click on Cracking the Cryptic below the video. Lots of things there, including the Christmas Miracle hoodies, which are proving very popular. Now, our present to you, well, a present from us and Udukos and Stefan Bura to you is the incredible puzzle hunt, Tracking the Cryptid. Got to say that right. Tracking the Cryptid. A Sudoku hunt of some 6 or 7 puzzles, which is available on our Patreon site. For anybody who's contributing to us monthly on Patreon, that is there. Do click on the link below the video. In the description field, we'll have both the Patreon, we'll put it near the top, the Patreon click through. And you can subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have, you will want to try that puzzle hunt. You'll have probably at least 3 weeks before we put up a video. Do have a go at it. Send us the one-word solution. Tell us what you thought of the hunt and be prepared for some fun. That's all I'll say for now. Right, so that's on Patreon. The Discord server actually has produced an extraordinary number of puzzles about modern art, themed on modern art, and the mind boggles. We've looked at some of them. Extraordinary. I think we may try and find a way of bringing you some of those in the future as well. So some really interesting things there, and a very interesting puzzle today. This comes from Ransk, who I thought we might have featured before, but the catalogue tells me not. I mean, in 1500 puzzles, the memory does not have absolute certainty over who we featured. Now, Ransk has been in touch with us before about the Miracle Sudoku and how many grids it had, which was very interesting information he had there. But I think this may be the first puzzle he sent us. This is based on the constraint I've never seen before of non-consecutive diagonals. Well, I don't think I have. Again, the memory may play me false. But in this puzzle, no 2 cells linked diagonally only can have consecutive digits. So those 2 cells can't have consecutive digits. Now, in addition to that and normal Sudoku rules, we have a few little killer clues which point to diagonals which sum to the number given. They can include repeats. So can the arrows. So these arrows, the numbers on the arrow sum up to the number in the circle, or in this case, in the pill, which is a 2-digit number beginning there and ending there. And that is adding up those 4 cells. So that's, I mean, what I can't believe looking at this grid is that is all we've got. Not a single digit, 4 arrows in the grid, 5 outside it. Apparently this has a unique solution. It's got to have a lot to do with that non-consecutive diagonals constraint. That must be more powerful than it initially feels to me, because in my mind, that's going to be less powerful by a distance than the non-consecutive cells constraint that we've seen used before in, for instance, the Miracle Sudoku. Anyway, do have a go at the puzzle on the link below the video, but be warned, our testers think it's not easy. So I am also warned, and I'm going to have a go now. So let's get cracking. With what? With a 16 diagonal, 2 cells in the same box. They must be 9 and 7, not quite consecutive, thank goodness. Now the 7 diagonal here goes up into this pill. And this tens digit surely can't be more than 3. I mean, even if you added 9899, which I don't think you can do with the constraint, but that would still not get you to 40. So that's 1, 2, or 3. To make up the 7 sum, that's 6, 5, or 4, but it can't be 4 and 3 because that would be a consecutive pair on the diagonal. So I don't think we can go further than this. It's either 5, 2 or 6, 1 up there. 22 seems a very average number for 6 cells. 11's got a lot of possibilities. So this 7, okay, it's on 4 cells. Oh, well, I think I may have misunderstood the constraint. Even 1, 3, 1, 3, which would be the minimum, is 8. Oh, God. Oh, come on, think, Mark. Right, we can have repeats when we're crossing cell boundaries. That must be the point. That hasn't affected my solve so far. Okay, just checking. Right, they've got to be repeats. 1, 1, 4, 1, for instance, would do it. In fact, it may have to be that. 2, 2 would leave a 1 and a 2, and that would have to include some diagonal consecutives. So 1, 1 these two have to be different, so they can't both be 1. So although theoretically they could be 1 and 2 with a 1, 3 pair here, I think, well, you can't put 2 on a diagonal with only 1s and 3s because it must be next to a consecutive number. So it's got to be 1, 1, 1 and a 4. This clearly can't be 1 because of the arrow, so that's the 4. These other 3 are 1s. The 4 now has to add up either 1 and 3 or 2 and 2, and neither of these cells can be a 1 because of the position of those ones, so they are both 2s. And I'm going to have to remember that we can have repeated digits next to each other on the diagonal. There's certainly no king's move constraint here because that's so non-intuitive. In a consecutive Sudoku, an ordinary one, where those two can't be consecutive numbers 1 and 2, they obviously also can't be the same digit because of normal Sudoku rules. But here, my God, they can be, and they have been already twice. Okay, but what do we do now? What the heck do we do now? There's so little to go on. What about this? Yeah, the arrows. Okay, so 11 is an odd number, so it's made up of an even and an odd number. It's got 4 combinations, and one of them involves a diagonal, the 5, 6, so it can't be that. But it could be 2, 9, or 3, 8, or 4, 7, all of them in any order. And that's hardly narrowing the field down. I mean, it could even be 7, 2, 9. That's just ridiculous. Okay. What's 22 diagonal then? I mean, it's got to be. We've got nothing else. Oh, okay. These are in... Yeah, these are limited. These are in cells which have both got a 1 in, so they can't have a 1. So the absolute minimum they could be, if we forgot the diagonal constraint, was 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, which is already 18. Gives us 4 degrees of freedom. And remember that diagonal constraint. I suppose the minimum we can have here, with a 1 already in the box, is 2, 5, 3, which would make 10. But we could have that here. No, we couldn't, actually. That couldn't be a 2. So that could be 10, and this 12. But that could be 2, 6, 3, making 11, or 12. But, oh, this is more constrained, because 2 of the digits are next to the 1. So the only place a 2 could be is here. That could be 2, 5, 3. And then you could put 6 and 4 here, which could never be consecutive with the 2s because they're all even, or with the 1s. Oh yes, you can't put 3 in either of them, so 3, 7 wouldn't be possible. So 6 there, because it's a 4 in the column already, that would work. But is that the only possible diagonal of 22 that works? Can we possibly make this diagonal 11 or 10? Well, actually, no, I don't think we can, because these two can't be 1 or 2. That could only be 3 if these two were both 5 and 6 at least, which would be 14. So they can't really be 2 or 3. So they have to be at least 4, and therefore one of them has to be 6. So this has to be the absolute minimum. Oh, this constraint messes with your head. I feel like my brain's been in a deep fryer already. I'm what, less than 6 minutes into solving. But I've got some digits in the grid, so let's run to the bank with that. And none of them have sorted out anything else I've put in already. That's classic, to be expected. Right, let's have another look at this then, this little combination. Yeah, this now has to be 5, 7. Oh, this is more restricted. It could still be 3, 8 either way. And no, it definitely couldn't. That can't be 8. Because for that to be a single digit, that would have to be 1, which is impossible. So 3, 8 would be that way around. 2, 9 doesn't work at all because this cell can't be a 2 because of that 2, and it can't be a 9 because of that sum. So 2, 9 doesn't work at all. 4, 7 does. And now, if it was 8, 3... Okay, the question is, what's it going to add up to? 3... This... look, yes, this can't be 1. It could be 2 if that was 4. It couldn't be 2 with a 3 there, but that would give 6 hits, so it can't be 2. It can't be 3 because that would either be consecutive, diagonally next to a 3 or a 4, which would break the rule. It can't be 4 because of that, so it has to be at least 5. And now these two have to add up to 8 or 9. Oh, beautiful. And if that's 3, 5, then both of these are 8. So it's not 3, 5. And it can't be 4, 6, which adds up to 10 here. So this must add up to 9. Oh, that's insane. Oh, and it can't be 4, 5, because that would break the diagonal constraint. Oh, that is lovely. So they're all just given digits now. Oh, crikey, again. It's just... it doesn't feel easy. Well, now we have to do some Sudoku, surely. So, we've got quite a lot in this column. 8, 6, 9, 4, 1. But we don't have many diagonal connections. That can't be a 3. And that can't be a 3. So there's definitely a 3 here in one of these two. But all that does is rule 2 and 4 out of those two, and they were ruled out of there anyway. Okay, where does 8 go in this central box? Oh, I see, yeah, there are constraints, especially within boxes. 8 can't go there because of that 8, and it can't go in either of those two positions because it would be diagonally consecutive to 9, which isn't allowed. So 8 is there. Now we've got 7, 5, and 3 to place, and suddenly my constraints have evaporated, and I can't see why they're not right. Right, this can't be 5 or 3 because they both cannot be diagonally next to 4. So that is 2 or 7. That's 2, 5 or 7. And part of a thought I was having a moment ago, yeah, actually it cannot be 5. The central cells here are quite interesting. The central cells within a 3 by 3 box. That 5, for instance, cannot see a 4 or a 6 in any of those positions. So whatever that is, its neighbours have to be orthogonally touching it instead. So I was going to say that doesn't actually constrain any of these, but this cannot be a 5 because where would 4 go? Because of 4 there and 4 there, 4 is definitely in one of those cells, and that means this can't be 5 because whichever one it is, if that was 5, it would be touching. 5, but this, okay, this can theoretically be 2, 3 or 7, but it can't be 7 because where would 6 and 8 go? Only one of them could go there, not breaking the constraint, so the other one would have to break the constraint. So that's not a 7. Now we've got a 2, 3, 7 triple in the column. This has to be 5. I barely even know how that occurred, but it did. It gets us digits. Now we've got a 2, 7 pair. In fact, that was the simple thing to see. That becomes 3. Can that be 2? Yes, it could if 1 was there, and it can definitely be 7. So I can't resolve that. What about this? Well, it can certainly be 2 because 3 and 1 are already done. Yeah, I can't constrain that either. Oh, but this is intriguing. I mean, we're going to have to do this all from scratch. 1 and 1 there. So 1 can be in one of those two positions. Oh, where's... Oh, yes, sorry. 2 is ruled out of all of those, and it can't be there because of the diagonal constraint. So in fact, we do know that 2 is there. We've finished off a column as well as a box. We're in tip-top shape, and I don't have a clue what to do next. 7 is in one of those because of that. 7. 6. Okay, 6 can't be there. It would be next to the 5, so it's in one of those two. Those 7s mean that this can't be 6 or 8 because one of those has to be 7. So this has to be 7 or 9, and that gives me a pair in the row. So that one is 6 or 8. It sees everything else once you allow for that pair. This one is 6 or 8, and they're a pair. This is a 2-1 pair. God, this puzzle is madness. So 3 is up here somewhere. Oh, I can't use anything else here. Honestly, you find something interesting. Okay, 4 can't be there, so it's in one of those cells. You find something interesting, you can't use it much. But that may be just because I'm just not familiar with this puzzle type. 2, 5, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 4. 1, 2. I guess it's a life lesson. If you're not familiar with how something works and you need to do it, just throw yourself at it and see what happens. Anyway, one of those is 4. That can't be 6. Ooh, that can be 6, but those could only be 6 there if that was 9. How can I use that? I don't think I can. Hey, oh, this can't be 2 because it's diagonally next to a 3. Yes, 2 there. That gives me a 1 up here. That completes that 7 clue. Oh my goodness, suddenly I've basically done all the little killers apart from that one, which, you know, effectively is done. As soon as I know which one is 7 or 9, it's finished. 1 there, 1 there. Oh, that's nice. That can't be 1, and that obviously can't be 1 because it has to add 2 cells. So that's a 1. I bet this is 2. My hunch is... Oh no, it can't be 2 because that can't be 1. Yeah, see what I mean? My hunches are rubbish. Right, but that place is 2. That can't be 2 because that can't be 1 because of that 1. This can't be 2 because of that. And those two say, therefore, the 2 is here. And one of these is a 2. I really should stop having hunches. They're rubbish. So what is this that adds... Ah, and this can't be 5 or 7 because of the 6 proximity. So it can't be 1, 2, 6, 5 or 7. 3, 4 and 8. It can't be 9 because that would make this a 10. It can't be 3 because we're not allowed a 4 here. So this is 5 or 9 to make the arrow work. And I don't know which one. 4, 8 there. That's not telling me anything either. One of these is a 6. One of those is a 1. 3, 4, 7, 2. Let's have a look across this middle row. Right, where's 1 in the middle row? It's obviously not there because there's a 1. It can't be in either of those because of that 2. So we can place 1 in the middle row. So 1 is now a little X-wing amongst those 4 cells. But there's no 2s around them to disambiguate. Right, this can't be 9. It's not very helpful. Oh, hang on, it can't be 5 either because of the 6. And it can't be 9 because of the 8. And it can't be 5 because of the 6. But it can be even. So it's 6 or 8. This one I can barely constrain at all. This, though, now can't be 7 or 1, 8, 9, 2, 5. So it's 3, 4, or 6. 3, 4, 7. Doesn't really help. Having any number of multiple candidates, even if it's 2, means that you just can't use that cell on its diagonal neighbours. Right, what can we use? Come on, think. 3 here. 2 of those positions are ruled out by the diagonal rule, so 3 goes there. Now maybe we can look up and down column 2. 1, 2, 3 already done. Should we say if that's a 5, that would put a 5 here. That would make that an 8 because it couldn't be a 6 because of where 5 would have to go there. 5, 2, 1, 3, 4, 7. I just don't think it, oh, if that's a 5 and then you've got 5 here and 4 here. 1, 5, 4, 3, 2. This would have to be 7 if that was a 5. 1, 5, 4, 7, 3, 2, 9, 6 and 8. And why the heck not? Well, almost there's a reason why not 6 there, but in fact it's fine because 7 and 5 would go there. Okay, maybe I need to think about this cell a bit more. 2, 1, 3, 4, 7. So it can theoretically be 5, 6, 8 or 9. Now, if it was 5, 4 and 6 would have to be orthogonally attached to it. So 4 there, 6 there, 8 there, 9 there, and 7 there, and that all works. Oh no, it doesn't work. Yeah, 5 there would mean 4 and 6 next to it, 8 there, 9 there, 7 there. That puts 9 there and makes this 5 right next to another 5. So that's not 5. This is frying. I don't want to have to do all of this. If that's 6, though, then 5 and 7, which can't be in the diagonals, will have to be, well, 7 will have to be in one of those positions. So that becomes 9. 9, 2, 3, 6, 1. I don't know. It's too complicated. Let's just fill in that as 5, 6, 8 or 9 and see if we can find something else to do. It's wrecking my head a bit. I mean, we might have to come back to that, but I don't want to. 6, 5. If that's 5, then that's 4. Now, if it's 9, that forces this. That puts 9 here. Then this is 8. This is 6 now. Eight, 6, 9, 3, 2, 1. That's 9. So the 6 has to have 5 and 7 here. That becomes 4. And that's impossible because that 4 can no longer have 3 and 5 next to it. In fact, this can never be 4 because where does 3 go in the box? It can't go there or there. It would have to be diagonal. So that was based on this being 9. It breaks. It breaks because that 7 makes that 9. This now, how did I work it out? This was 8, so this was 6. 9, 2, 3, 6, 8, 1. That 6 has to have 5 and 7 next to it to stop them being on the diagonal, and that becomes 4, which is impossible. So that is not 9. Okay, that's a bit of a chain there. I mean, if you come up with something cleaner and better, let us know, because it'll be interesting. And I mean, I'm not saying I've got the puzzle solved. In fact, I've found the solution that was the least helpful, but at least that gives me a 4 up there. One of these 3 is a 4, which is not very telling. This is 5 or 9 now. This can't be 6. 4, 3, 2, 7, 1, 6. So it's 5, 8 or 9. That's not very useful. We've still got those pairs in row 8. Wow, this is complicated. Oh, okay, one of those is a 9, and that means that both these cells are not 8. So 8's confined to a little group of possibilities there. That's not very useful. One of those is 9. Are any of these possibilities ruled out? I don't think so. 2, 1, 8, 9. Oh, 5 has to be in one of these cells. So, well, I've just brilliantly deduced this can't be 4 or 6, but it couldn't be anyway, which is infuriating, actually. Right, this cell, though, can't be 1, 6, 4, 7, 3, 2. So it's 5, 8, or 9. 5's all right, because 6 and 4 would be connected. 8 is not all right, because 8 would have to have 7 in one of these cells, which is impossible. So it's not 8. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. So that's 5 or 9. This can't be 6. In fact, where is 6 in the column? That's the next question. It can't be there or there because of that 5. So it's here. 6 is there. That finishes the row suddenly. 1, 4, 6, 3, 2. I'm sticking with this wretched column. These are from 5, 7, 8 or 9, and I don't actually... Oh, that's 5 or 7 because of the 8, 9 over here. That 5's looking there, so 7, 8 or 9 there. No, it's not 5. It's not 5 because of that 5. This is a naked single. 1, 8, 9, 2 in the row, 4, 6, 3 in the column, and 5 in the box. Doesn't even need the diagonal constraint to be a naked single. 8. Oh, I've suddenly done the column. Oh, I feel like I can breathe a bit now. That's not 3 because of the 4. So 3 is down in one of these positions. And so is 9 because of regular Sudoku. So they are a pair. And that puts 4 here. And that's not 4 now. This is getting more limited. 1, 7, 4, 8, 9, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Let's put them all in at first. This can't be 3 because of where 2 is. This is 4 and 7. And that can't be 4 because of that 3. Oh, it's brilliant the way this constraint works. I mean, it really is surprising every time. Every item I see is surprising. That's a 9 now. That's fixed the... Oh, that had fixed the diagonal. 2, 9, 1, 5, 3. 4 is in one of those. That's all right. That is 6 or 8. So 7 can't be there or there and must be here. That's going to put a 7 in one of those cells, which isn't very helpful, or is it? It's going to mean that the 8 in the row has to be in one of those. which is not quite, I'm not even going to pencil mark that because it could confuse me with the boxes if I don't use it immediately. Right, 32719. One of these is a 5 and it's not that one because of that 4. Perfect, 5's done. That could be a 5 and so could that. 95312. This is a naked single. 7. 7 2. This is 6 or 8 by Sudoku, and that makes a pair. So we have a 5-9 pair up here, and I don't think I can resolve them either with the rule. This though can't be 6 or 8 because of that 7, so it's a 4. 6 and 8 are a pair over here. Can't use the rule unless I'm missing something, which I could be. That's a 4. This is 6 or 8 and it can't be an 8 because of that. Right. So that's done most of those pairs. Bottom 2 rows finished. That 6 sees this cell. Feeling like I can breathe again. 879 triple up here. That can't be 8 and that can't be 7. That's just ordinary Sudoku. 5-6 pair here, so that can't be 7. So can we do this arrow? What can this be? Not 1 4 5 6 2 or 8. 3 7 or 9. What about this one? It doesn't. Well, it's in a box with 7 8 9. It can see 6 5 3 in the row and 4 in the column, so it's 1 or 2. So what's the minimum total? 9 14 17, and the maximum total is 2 11 17 20. Well, I've done something wrong there. The maximum total is 20, so the minimum total is 17. I haven't done anything wrong. 17 to 20, so that's 7 or 9. And it's either full minimum or 1 less than the maximum, which is not that helpful. But I've got an 8-9 pair here now, so that's 7. Which makes the total 19. So it's 1 less than maximum. I don't know how to use that yet. None of those seem to be violating the rule. Okay, let's use this 9. Yes, that fixes 3 and 9 there. This is an 8-7 pair. In fact, I can fill them in. Naked single 8, 7 there, 6, 8, 2 and 3 at the top. The rule is not helping. 6 5 8. That has sorted that out. So 8 11. Another 8 needed. That has to be 6 and 2 to make the arrow work. 5 there. Surely I don't need the constraint anymore now. That's a 4. We've got a 5 and a 3 to go in here. 8 7 6 4 3. That's a 1 to complete the row. 2 5 and 9 to place. These can't be 5 because they're next to the 4, so 5 is there. That fixes this pair. 2 and 9 to go here. And it's not deadly triple or anything. The 9 can't be there because we've got the 9. And we are finishing now. What a brilliant puzzle. What a clever idea. And what an astonishing minimalist grid. Great work from Ranks. I believe he talks through his own solution on his own YouTube website. If you search on his name, you'll probably find it. So do feel free to look through for that. But I think my solution's valid. Let's hit the check button. Yeah, remember to do that for once. It looks like it works. It looks to me like these arrows add up, and I think as we went along, I didn't violate the negative constraint, which is so crucial in this puzzle. What a brilliant puzzle. Do remember, though, now that you've done that and watched this, to have a go at the Patreon Sudoku hunt. It's honestly brilliant. And I hope to see you next time on Cracking the Cryptic. Bye for now.